as you guys know, that I was speaking specifically to my poor whites yesterday. Um, we don't discriminate over here on the Millionaire Morning Show. We give credit where credit is due. I have some phenomenal white friends that hit me up and said, "Yo, Anton, that show yesterday was hilarious. You holding the poor whites accountable was probably one of the funniest things that I've ever seen in my entire life." And I thought it was hilarious myself also. Obviously, we got a round of applause from the chat yesterday, but absolutely hilarious, inspired by one of my sons on here on the internet. See, I get hate all over from all sectors. It's not just one sector. I get hate from all over, but we like that, right? Because it's promotion, and I'm gonna tell you how we turned a negative into a positive, and then another positive into a positive, right? So I was talking to my poor whites yesterday, and then I had a conversation with a couple of my rich white friends who thought it was absolutely hilarious because they separate themselves from who they identify as people that's not going in the direction that they going in. So the poor whites were feeling some type of way as a result. Hey, and moderators, go ahead and handle it. I'm not even going to entertain this today. Go ahead and handle it. We just going to put a cap on this thing in this monologue, right? Um, so we were talking to the poor whites in the morning, and then they felt a certain type of way, and so they let me know what their voice was like, right? And I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was absolutely funny. And then this morning, as I was making deposits, and I'll show you, I got, a couple people straggled in. They wanted to pay their rent early. So I made a couple deposits, dropped off some money, because, we bag chasing over here, and we got the bag, millionaire status, documented, beautiful. Hold on. Because, I don't really take cash, but I went ahead and took cash this time. So, if you look at the pendings, let me see if I can get that up for y'all. We made a couple deposits early this morning. Can we get that up? That's Patreon. Can we get that up? Is it possible to get those deposits up? Neither here nor there. We made a couple deposits. It was what it was. We don't have to substantiate ourselves for a certain demographic of people, right? And I seen a young lady that was walking down the street, and she was a white girl. And here in downtown Detroit, we got a major university, it's Wayne State University, prominent school. And she had her little backpack on, and she had, I guess, her little Wayne State thing on her backpack or whatever like that. And she looked a little hungry, right? Because she was kind of straggling, but she was a really young white girl. And I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm okay. Just a little tired." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, here's $5. Go ahead and get yourself something nice." Because I give out money every single morning. For people that are unfamiliar, I actually donate and I give money to different people that I just run into in the morning time. Sometimes they're less fortunate. Sometimes they're just college students. Sometimes they're regular people. But every morning I tend to give out money. So I gave her $5 or whatever like that. And then I asked her, I said, what are you studying? And she said she wasn't sure yet, but she's probably going to go into something related to liberal arts. And I said, okay, well, good luck, right? Good luck. I hope everything works out for you. So I sent her on her way. But I felt bad. I genuinely felt bad. Now, everybody knows, again, I rock with people based off of character and not based off of the color of your skin, right? And so being that I'm objective in that way, we all can be equal accountability partners. And you know that I don't like basket weaving degrees, for example. Anything that's not STEM related, anything that doesn't allow for you to be, and it doesn't mean that she's not going to be successful, but the odds are against her, based off of who it is and what she looked like. She looked like the type of person, because we all stereotype over here. She looked like the type of person that probably was to the hilt in her eyeballs with student loans. She was out there struggling. I went ahead and gave her $5. She did not accept. She looked like she was a struggling college student. And then she's going into liberal arts. And so we know that liberal arts don't really pay that much. But isn't it wild to be in a position to where I'm rich and I have to help out a poor white folk, right, in my home city that I was born and raised in? Statistics are telling us that I'm not supposed to be successful. However, I'm helping out my poor whites the same way that I help out my poor blacks. And I felt bad for her because I know that based off of the decisions that she's making, it's a strong possibility that she's going to be lower to middle class at best, suffering as a result of the decisions that we see happening in our political arenas and running in the victim Olympics the same way that I see black people running in the victim Olympics. And so I just got to call it what it is, right? And then yesterday, it's funny because it kind of coincides with the whole live stream that I did yesterday, because when people were coming over during my live stream and it was like, oh yeah, whatever, I'm mad at you, blah, 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 because, you held us accountable as though you special. And then it's funny because I always tell y'all, embrace the negativity because all of it is positivity. And so what we wind up doing, because I wound up getting 2 emails last night, and when I checked them this morning, and it was like, yo, I came over there to troll you, but I realized that you actually got some great content, so I had to subscribe so that I can rock with you. And so we were able to pluck out some poor whites out of that whole thing in order to be able to help them get to the bag. Now, hopefully they join a Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat, so that they can get this work and then they can stop running in the victim Olympics and they can level up like everybody else. But opportunities are everywhere. We just have to make sure that you don't entertain the nonsense, right? You don't stoop to their level. You just make sure that you take advantage of the opportunities that come along with it, right? Make sure that you take advantage of the opportunities that come along with it. Remember this, y'all. In order for them to come over here and even have a conversation in the chat, they got to subscribe. I told y'all at the last meetup. They gonna pay to see you win. They gonna pay to see you lose, but make sure that they pay you. They're going to pay to see you. I just posted on Twitter, and this is inspiration to my people. I literally just posted this yesterday on Twitter before the live stream. If y'all not following me on Twitter, make sure y'all follow me. I said, if you have people you've never met in real life obsessed about you online and losing sleep, waking up to see you, you're blessed. Embrace that shit. You're blessed. See, we got a poor black in there that's completely in their feelings in the same way that we got poor whites in their feelings. It all comes back to the same thing. It all comes back to the exact same thing. Capitalization, making money, making sure that you continue to run that bag up, and being in a position of power. Because you're talking to a group of people that can do nothing but complain and is powerless. They are powerless. They're whining. Whenever you see a bunch of grown men whining, begging for you to give them some attention and affection, they got daddy issues. They never had a strong presence in their household to tell them to stop bitching and complaining and man the fuck up. And what do you care about what another grown man think about you? Go get your money. Why you walking around with a vest on with your taco meat out, looking like the Crow with dreads on, knowing that you can't even get a job? You should be more concerned about getting a job than worrying about a rich man talking about you and giving you game about how it is that you need to level up. Your father should have taught you that. I'm not the person that should be having this conversation. Your father should teach you that. I'm not the person that should be having a conversation. Yo, listen, whenever you observe a man getting pulled out of his car with his cloth seats that just so happened to be white when the system was supposed to be built for him by his forefathers. From the looks of their teeth, they haven't had a dentist appointment in a long time. What makes you think that they have any power over you? They have nothing but hope. The same thing that Obama sold them in 2008, and they fell for it. These same people actually voted for Obama. They have no license, no registration, no nothing. Nothing. They don't have a father that loves them. They don't have a mother that don't give a fuck about them. And it's a strong possibility that their mother is on government assistance. They girls is for the street. What are y'all tripping about? They are at the bottom of the barrel. Let them live. Let them fight with each other. Let the pigs roll around in the mud. And then eventually, some of them will come over and they'll straggle along and they'll realize that they are at the bottom of the barrel. And then what happens is you wind up recruiting them and then you get them together, you clean them up, you dust them off so they ain't dusty no more. And then they become a bag chaser. So shout out to the people that realized that they was dusty. Again, and we're going to go ahead and put a seal on this thing because we got bigger fish to fry and we got greatness to achieve. Poor whites get no better treatment than people that are running in the victim Olympics being poor blacks. Okay, pumpkin? So y'all got y'all 3 minutes of shame, not fame, 3 minutes of shame. I'll run along. Keep it moving before I get mad. Make sure you got your car insurance together so you don't get arrested next time, okay?